Yeah. OnChain revolution, you're not bullish enough. OnChain revolution, you're not bullish enough. Every day we steady looking at the market, and we gon' tell you how to get started. Chain abstraction, fear and greed index, always looking at price action. Roll call in advance, you don't even gotta mention. Swap it in the deck, you're not bullish enough. Trade it in the size, you ain't trenching enough. We do that market recap. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to rehab. Shizzy and Yagobi. OnChain revolution, network in the art. Every day we go live, baby, you know where we are. We mention all the networks and the crypto. Need some more liquidity, flipping and trading is the recipe. Too many protocols to count. I get high and I'm never coming down. Number go up, then I'ma say peace. Yeah, you thought that I was gonna leave. Yeah, we just getting started, man. OnChain revolution. Every day. Bring the beat back. Eyes everywhere, gotta be careful with volatile meme coins. You can get some bread if you round trip it, then you gon' regret. All this information in my head. BYOR, touch grass instead. Nobody really knows how it's gonna end up today. Somebody gotta tell you what's happening today. I don't let the money change me no way. OnChain revolution, here to stay. Yeah, say I'm Sage, man. Voodoo 2 on the way. Yeah, Nicky's. Yeah, OnChain revolution. OnChain. Hey, OnChain revolution. Bitcoin not an illusion. Market recap, then I do a roll call. You're not bullish in the vocal. Look at the price action, trend. Yeah, send it to the deck. Sell it through the spec. Order knows the best. Too much Bitcoin, gotta go to rehab. If you end up bearish, gotta put the knee pad. Let me see the comments. Look at the fear and greed index. Bridge. Look at the chart.
Welcome back to OnChain Revolution. My name is Shizzy. On this channel, we cover the entire Bitcoin crypto ecosystem. What is up, guys? An amazing show for you guys today. We're live from the OnChain Hour, and today is going to be absolutely insane, guys, because in 15 minutes, we got the great Bunzy joining us. Bunzy's building the Artura tracker. This thing's really cool. I think it's like, going to be a Cato cookie DAO competitor. This is something really big to pay attention to. So he's going to come on the show and kind of talk to us about what he is building with that. Bunzy is the definition of a great vibe coder. He got, he was good before AI, and he's even better now. So it's going to be really cool to kind of track his success with that as well. And obviously, we have Bitcoin sitting over, just under now 114. So that's a really good sign. Why? Well, because the PPI this morning came in light, and not just light, a lot of light. It came really, really light. Should be the right way to say that. So everyone was expecting 3.3 inflation. It actually came in at 2.6. We do know the Fed's target is 2.0, but right now they're more worried about the jobs. So it's coming out that we really haven't had real jobs numbers the entire Biden administration. I mean, I listened to some stock guys talking about this morning, and they were saying that, because of all of the inflation of people right coming into the U.S., all the jobs were to newer people and not for everyone else, right? So that's the problem, and they're kind of fixing this, and that's why you're seeing a lot of revisions right now, is because a lot of these people getting jobs, at the times of the jobs, they were illegal. So I don't know what this means. I don't know. It's just one of those things where I want number to go down so Bitcoin number can go up, right? I want inflation data to come down. I want the jobs numbers to, the jobs numbers go down. They cut rates. They add quantitative easing. Crypto needs quantitative easing. It needs lower rates, and it needs the dollar to go down. And we're going to be seeing that, guys, in the next 3 to 6 months. Right now, bad news is good news, except the inflation stuff. We do need inflation to come down. But I'm excited for today's show. It's going to be a really, really good one. So without further ado, we're bringing my partner here, as always, Mr. Yagobi. What's up, buddy?
What's up?
What's up, brother? How you feeling today? It's really good to see some green in the markets.
It does feel good. Yesterday we kind of had that retracement from Monday, and then the ledger stuff happened with some other global events. But the good thing is that PPI is not being consistently driven up, right? And I think that's a huge thing. And I hope that the audience that's listening in right now realize how big that is, because we're talking about the manufacturers working with the vendors now, like that's the price exchange there, from the manufacturers to Apple to Nike. That's the PPI, right? How much are they paying? Is it getting jacked up because of tariffs? And I really didn't believe whenever the representative from this administration said, I forgot who said it exactly, maybe it
It
was
was he's
Essent.
from the SEC. His name is
Okay.
I forget his name. I'll remember in a second. Go ahead.
Yeah, but he said, it was gonna be a one-time experience, and I just like that was hard for me to accept that, because that's typically not how these type of things work. But it seems to be the case here, to be able to draw back that strongly, all right, from last month. And last month was definitely a bit of a surprise, let's be honest. And so I think the reaction is positive in the markets. People are excited, and we can kind of shut the people up that are screaming about like tariffs are going to ruin this country's economy, right? At
Yeah.
least for this month. And we'll see what happens in October once those numbers come out. But I just can't imagine it'll be like back and forth, back and forth. This is something that, if it really is affecting it in a long-term way, and it started last month, should see that same trend this month, and we're seeing and kind of going back to what it was.
Yeah, 100%. Is it concerning to you though that like we're still getting good stuff for this rate cut, but we're not seeing it being baked in? It's kind of something we asked Marianne yesterday on that show. But do you think that potentially we're gonna start baking in these potential 3 rate cuts we're gonna get this year?
Um, well, we definitely haven't seen that risk on movement yet, right?
Exactly,
We
yeah.
have seen like some positive movements, I guess you could say, with Bitcoin a little bit here and there, but nothing like what I think you and I even expected for like Polymarket to have a 96% for sure rate cut happening in
Mhm.
September. That's not, we haven't seen that move in my opinion yet. And so what does that mean? I'm not quite sure. I'm still trying to gather information and data of what that means, leading up to the 18th, once the rate cut actually happens. And then the speculation of October starts to begin with rate cuts, right? So maybe they need to have this rate cut kind of go through and kind of reset and say, okay, what is the expectation for October now? What's the expectation for the Fed? Is the
Mhm.
Fed starting to ease? Are they starting to saying, hey, we're going to go in and we're going to buy assets up a bit, and also, what does this administration have in its bag of tricks in terms of trying to get the markets to be, open up a bit, right? Instead of, that just because it's very interesting too. I was talking to a friend. I told you a little bit about it. We were talking about crypto markets and stuff like that, but we also talked about traditional markets because he's a great options trader, and he was like, I'm sticking to S&P because S&P, what's happening in crypto is kind of happening a little bit in TradFi, to where like people are sticking to the index funds, the safer stuff, S&P, NASDAQ, maybe some of these, Nvidia and stuff like that. But other than that, like there's not like this huge like jump up of on average, you know what I mean? Like the everyday like successful companies, right? So I think overall from the financial markets overall, like TradFi and crypto, they need to open up a bit for the risk on mentality. And maybe this administration has some tools in its toolbox, along with the rate cuts, along with the Fed saying, hey, we're going to ease up here, and then we go into something that could be really exciting and fun for Q4. I'm hoping for that. I think that's also a best case scenario that I just broke down though.
Yeah, 100%. I mean, it is looking more and more like Q4 is going to be really awesome. So with this data we're getting, right? Let's just say tomorrow CPI comes in below as well. Are you expecting quantitative easing coming from the lips of Jerome Powell's mouth going into September 17th? Or I'm sorry, after he gives the cut of 25 basis points?
After he gets the cut,
Because he speaks at 2:30,
yeah.
the number comes out at 2.
Yeah, so I think he's always been calculated and extremely careful. I feel like with what
Yeah.
he says, and so I expect no different here. I think he's gonna probably pump the brakes a little bit on, like, trying to sound extremely dovish or anything like that. But we are gonna get a lot of information out of this speech. I think more than normal, and that's because
Yeah.
we're gonna see if he keywords. It's keywords with Jay Powell, and we're gonna try to look for some keywords in terms of going into QE, and then also what he's thinking for Q4. And if he gives us those keywords in terms of going back into the market and trying to make it more competitive for buyers to be interested and stuff like that, then we'll see what that looks like. I think that will turn the faucets on. But what does he have to gain from that? And I always think about that when it comes to these type of positions, because let's be honest, all these political positions, and this is a supposedly privately kind of ran the Fed, right? But let's be real, there's a lot of political influence here. What does he benefit from putting this current administration in a easier situation in Q4? We're gonna find out. We're gonna find out what he thinks.
Yeah, 100%. And like one of the weapons that the Fed has though is their words, right? So if you want to get the jobs numbers kind of up again, especially of what we've seen with the revision of 900,000 jobs revised that never existed, then you can use your words here. You can say things like, "Hey, we're considering quantitative easing." That alone will make the markets look so forward that we could see a rip going into the second, third week of September. I mean, we could see huge upward momentum just from him saying we are considering quantitative easing. He doesn't even have to do it, but he knows that his words move markets. And what that normally does, though, is that creates upward momentum for the crypto market as well, because that signals risk on.
Yeah, especially on top of a 50 bips cut, right? And
That
then
would be huge.
if he hints that like October is probably going to get another one, even if it's 25,
Yeah.
75 bips, right? To me, that is something that like corporations and stuff will probably be happy about, right? A 25 cut, in my opinion, for the first one, probably not too excited about, but 50 and then following up with most likely a 25 in October, I think that can really start to get some things moving, and some money being borrowed and stuff like that to try to spur the economy. But we'll see what that looks like, because we have September and October. I think 2 out of the 3 definitely get cut. And if we get 3 for 3, that would be great heading into 2026. We'll see.
We could potentially get a full point too, right? Like let's just say we go 25, 50, and then 25. I mean, we could see rates back down in the low threes. That'd be really big.
Yeah.
All right, let's kind of get into our next segment here. We are lucky enough to have the great guys, Bunzy and Hathbanger. I love what these guys do in the show. It's funny. My wife was actually asking me, because she watches the show here and there. She's like, when are those two guys coming on? She's like, go with the baby. And I was like, that's Hathbanger and stuff like that. So I'm excited to bring these guys. I'll bring up Bunzy. Let's bring up Hathbanger. What's up, guys?
Oh, shit.
What's up?
Oh, shit. Look who it is.
How y'all doing, man? Y'all been busy, just constantly grinding, working in the background. I mean, you guys are like popping out like great products, and it looks like you guys have been working on something else as well recently.
Yeah, man. Yeah, dude, shout out to you guys too. That was some alpha. You guys got your shit dialed in. That was some useful stuff.
I watch a lot of stock shows in the morning.
Dude, yeah. No, it's good stuff, dude. All of that really, like in the mornings, I've been watching CNBC, and it's crazy. You see like kind of that sentiment always kind of roll over to crypto Twitter. But yeah, no, we've been I don't know, fun time to be building. We got a lot of AI. Hath got a haircut, just looking swag.
Yo,
bro, looking good.
No, but yeah, dude, just really excited to just get some of this stuff finally out. We've been working on it. What's crazy, dude, is there's so much more too. Is like there's a lot of stuff, but yeah, super fun time to be building and creating and developing tools, because AI is just really kind of a superpower now. It's native language is code, and it's really good at it. So as long as you can harness it and kind of push it in the right direction, you can get a lot of great output out of it. So yeah.
You guys both, first of all, I think you guys, from a developer standpoint, have taken the best approach especially this cycle, because you guys have worked in Solana, you've worked on Bitcoin, you've worked, I know both of y'all have worked on the East side, and typically like ecosystem builders will try to stay in one lane, but you guys have really spread it across three huge, like probably the three most that you want to have the experience in. Was that intentional, or was it more kind of opportunities with your network? How did that happen?
I don't know. I don't think anything's too intentional with Hath and I. We need someone that's like probably intentional and like a little bit more, but no, whatever is inspiring, honestly, like whatever's captivating us, because it takes a lot of work, and it takes like, especially with ADHD, to get focused, you need to be really into it. You need to like be willing to beat your head against it and just have a lot of issues come up and still go through it. But like, at least, for me, it's like whatever's inspiring and whatever's like kind of interesting, something new. But yeah, I wish we had more intent, but I think the good intent is there, but like with technology, things move so fast, and like if you stay a maxi of one thing, you miss so many cool new tools and innovations that are occurring. So try not to be a maxi of anything and just give everything a chance, but also you never want to give everything. You gotta still have to call out the bullshit. But those three networks have really been battle tested. And speaking on Solana, ETH, and Bitcoin, and there's something you learn from each one. Like you bring, like I figuring out Solana is very similar to the UTXO model with the account-based model. It's like, there's a lot of similarities, and you can kind of like bring good things from over there to over here, and do a lot of fun stuff like that.
Yeah, man, 100%. I'm gonna jump to what you guys are building recently, though, because it sounds awesome. This is a tweet from you. I've written more lines of code this year than my whole life combined. Your boys transcending the new levels. And then what is going on with this Alkamon trainer card quest continue? The link is down here. So you texted me. You said, "Yo, are you gonna be minting this?" And I was like, "I'm gonna do it live on the show."
Oh,
so you gonna walk me through what do I need to do?
We'll get some live Q&A and find some bugs. No, yeah, let's do it. Just go to let's go. Yeah,
There?
go to the link. Yeah, dope. This is sick. Good call. Awesome. So here,
Snorting hat.
yeah, we still
Oh
got.
my god, I love it. I just got back from Harry Potter Worlds and
Oh,
Florida,
no way.
so I'm feeling this. Yeah.
Cool. And then if you've connected before, recommend using that same wallet. If not, to the whole site. So this will create you a user profile. And then here you'll connect your Twitter.
Yeah,
That's
maybe
Twitter.
this is a bug. I don't want to access
No,
the
you're good,
Alchemist Twitter
Yeah.
account. Oh, okay, up here. Okay, there I am.
You're good. You're good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool.
Good to stop and read, though. Most people don't. Sweet. So now you're here. So this is a fun little quest of, I'll let you kind of peruse, because this is good feedback of like what's intuitive, so yeah, you haven't been participating, which is
well, I haven't been on this.
But I'm just trolling. So what happened was no. So yeah, you click that guy there. That's the adoption little Poke Center.
Okay.
So here is like, this is a question people are like, how many Alkamon do you plan on adopting when we, launch these?
151, baby.
Damn, let's go.
Catch them all.
Yeah, but here, I mean, you can kind of answer this like whatever. Okay. This is just for us to get a gauge and kind of, make sure that we release enough of these little puppies for everyone. So you can click next if you just want one.
Okay.
And then here, just like, how serious you want to start taking the training.
No life, baby.
Nice. And then
gas, no break.
There you're gonna want to type in your
back. I'm sorry.
The just favorite Alkamon type.
Fire.
Yeah, lit. Little Charmander.
Yeah, man.
All right, cool. And then here, the mint's gonna be in Bitcoin, or you can mint it in Mist, or a little bit of both.
Go Bitcoin for the
little bit of both. I love that.
I like that.
little bit of both.
Check how much I have in here. And then this is just my test wallet. I think I do have some happiness though.
Okay.
Oh, squad. All right.
So
yeah, you'll go back. I don't know. There you go.
Where is it?
That's
One of
another
these,
slide.
right?
Little tab life.
I lost it. Where is it?
Somewhere.
Make sure everything's safe for work. No, I'm
Yeah,
just
hold
kidding.
on. And everything's good. Everything's good. I just want to click to make sure I got everything here. Do I have to go back on that? That's so weird.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's the
Oil wallet.
wallet page I have to go back on.
Okay.
So you guys created another utility for Mist. That's crazy. You guys keep building for Mist. That's awesome.
Yeah, I mean,
here we go. I found it.
once we get to there we go. Sweet. So yeah,
How much do I need of Mist? So should I do a little bit of both, or should I just do Bitcoin?
A little bit of both. We're not minting. This is simply an application. We're gonna see if you're qualified to adopt these little guys. We want to send them to good homes.
Qualification. Love it.
You gotta make sure that you're stable, bro.
Yeah.
Adoption. Backward. Continue.
Sweet.
All right. What's next?
All right. So next this is the Aura generation card. So this is the whole kind of
part.
Yeah. So we saw how sweet. So you're connected here, and then now you'll just hit generate Aura card. And this has been fun. Like we'll see what it creates. But what this is doing is it's pulling your PFP and then throwing it through AI and making it like Pokemon-esque world, and then embedding it into Alkamon card that's just like very nostalgic of the Pokemon, and kind of just like throws some fun attacks and pull some data from your Aura and generates a card to, allow the Aura tracker to award people that are proliferating the project, that are sharing the cards. And that's the whole concept behind Aura tracker. Is we saw what Aura did for Alchemist and how many people took to the timeline. And we've seen on like Solana, there's Kaito, there's all these social fies, but the Bitcoin ecosystem has nothing to reward the contributors that are talking about it on the timeline. And like you said before, like when Powell goes and talks, just his word moves the market. So like when the timeline happens, so bam, there you go. There's your Aura card.
Fire, baby. Let's go. That's so sick. Oh, my hat. Yo, I love it. Love it.
Yeah. So it's cool. It's like very personal. It's like, and then if you scroll down, you can download that puppy and then share it to X and then start stacking your Aura. We're giving like, when people share this one in particular, 5,000 Aura gets boosted. Oh, so that's what you have to include
the card.
Yeah. So go back.
Oh no. Okay.
No,
you can just copy that.
Yeah. Either you can delete it and go back, and then just click it again. So go back one other one. Right that one. You can click. It's gone.
I ruined myself.
No, you can. Here. Well, you blew it.
You blew it.
That's just what you want not to do, everybody. Make sure you include these.
That's why he had you download the card. So you download the card, you do the share, and then you just upload the image into the share.
But if you get really excited, you click through, and I've seen a lot of people just tweet just that. But we don't want to pass over a photo. Like it's hard to do that into Twitter. You can pass the text, but so you would have posted the image there. Or dude, you can honestly just make a post and just alpha for everyone. All you have to say is, what is it? There's a phrase that allows it to get indexed to get awarded. So trying to think
in the private chat for me.
Yeah, I got you.
So did you guys create the Aura, the whole system?
Yeah.
How do you guys have time to whip all these like protocols out, or all these like products out? I mean, this is pretty in depth. How long did it take you guys to do that?
There's been Jared smashing, bro. And we move at really high speeds now. We have LLMs.
Yeah.
We can build stuff that $100 million companies would be building like 2 years ago, but with like 3 people.
That's so crazy.
Yeah.
I love it though.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've been really spearheading this one, and Hath, once we kind of get through talking about Artura, like there's so much like crazy smart contract stuff he's been doing on Bitcoin, and like we we go back and then I would just indent it a little bit just to make it like, I don't know.
Do a
I'm like
space.
yeah, I
Do a
don't know. I'm
space
just like
after
a weirdo like that.
the party thing.
I like shit looking clean. But so after Aura Tracker, hit enter, shift enter. Yeah, like that. But you can do whatever you
Oh,
like.
okay, I got you. So it's like that.
Yeah, and then after rank or before rank. But yeah, that would have been kind of all dialed in.
Yeah.
You didn't go turbo through it. And then
Sorry. like I said, man, all gas, no break. All right.
yeah. And then
good to go, right?
Yeah. And then so yeah, what that does is every 4 hours wrote a Twitter indexer that grabs certain keywords that, you know, then stores and awards points to the account and in here. And why this is like super good for projects is, one, it gets people talking about it, and it's not just like the Matrica or whatever, like the alpha bot giveaways. Those are just fucking bots retweeting. Like it'll get 2,000 retweets and like 5 of those are real people. So like these projects get really bad information and they're not rewarding their real users who are talking about their projects. And it's so easy to spin up a new wallet. So say you're going for a whitelist, right? I can spin up 30 wallets in a span of 2 minutes, but I cannot make a Twitter account and get 5,000 followers and each post getting X amount of impressions in 2 minutes. No way. That takes time. Like,
Yeah.
and the Twitter algorithm, like they have X payouts. So it's very hard to game impressions. And that's the key multiplier for Aura. It really tracks the impressions posts get. So whoever's moving the needle for your project is getting rewarded. For example, I've been working with Emblem Vault building Migrate Fund, and they're using Aura Tracker as a multiplier on Agent Hustle when you use their platform and then talk about it. So it's this really healthy thing. And unlike Kaito, this is project specific. So this is geared for projects that want to activate their community and reward them and actually airdrop 100 really loyal people rather than 10,000 and dilute it. Hey, here's $5 everyone, or here's 500 to the key people that are moving the needle for their project. So that's what this is doing. It's a system I built in such a way after seeing the success of, we did the Aura for Alchemist, and dude, the timeline just started popping. I was like, so went back to the drawing board and was like, I need to build this in a dynamic way where people can create projects. So this is in like super beta. Like if any projects are listening and want to like turbocharge your community, like it's early access, and you know, still playing with the idea of how you know, to get those projects on, but like part of it will just be platform fees because to like sign up because the API costs are high. But like we're even open to taking token allocation, so we can reward that to Alchemist holders as well. So like in the early stages, being very flexible with teams of like, you know, what stage are they at? But the idea is to grow this into a platform, all SaaS, where people can come, sign up, pay a monthly fee, and get leaderboards. And instead of doing like these retweet giveaways that just get botted to hell and you can't really do it, you can be like, hey, whoever shares an informational piece that gets the most like traction and mind share, you get the whitelist, like you get the airdrop. So it really levels the playing field and takes away bots, because bots, like after running the project or like doing dude, so many people bot, like, and it just really messes with accounts or like projects trying to allocate their tokens to real people that are really helping the community. So that's like in essence the high level of Aura Tracker, and then utilizing AI, because most people want to share and post content, but they get kind of blocked. So that's where like the image generation comes in and kind of gives people a layup of like, yo, here's some content to share. And so yeah, it's I hope all that makes sense. I'm kind of like jumping all over the place, but that's the overall essence.
So I see it says Bitcoin ecosystem and beyond, and obviously Hustle was birthed on Solana. So you guys, this is open to pretty much any ecosystem. Because I know that like there's a couple, you know, Bitcoin layer 2s projects like Botanics just launched and stuff like that, that would probably look into this. And so you guys are open to any ecosystem.
Oh yeah,
doesn't matter.
Yeah. So why Bitcoin? Like the go-to-market idea is we want to serve the community we love the most, which is the Bitcoin ecosystem. But also there's a huge gap in them. No one has this for Bitcoin. There is no leaderboard for the ordinals or like even just the Bitcoin maxis. We can index Sailor and everyone arguing about the filtering. We could have a leaderboard for that.
Spam.
Yeah,
Spam leaderboard.
Yeah. No one's doing it for Bitcoin. And with Laser Eyes, like you can connect any wallet. And then what's great is it connects a Twitter account to a wallet, 1-to-1. So it's like you can't fake the funk there. You have to have a real Twitter account with a lot of followers and a wallet that project can reward. And that's very beneficial to projects. You guys know, like with Trench Kitty was a fucking dope. It's such a cool idea. But like, dude, I was watching the show and grabbed some and like it was fucking, it's legit. So like what I'm getting at is you guys know it's hard to kind of, how do you figure it out? Do you do a Twitter giveaway? Then you have to like drop your wallet in the comments. Like that's a bitch. Wouldn't it be much easier just to go download a CSV file, know who to give it to, and airdrop real people that are actually going to work with, like push the community forward, and not airdrop these like on-chain sleuths that just like spin up 100 wallets and just bought your system.
Yeah.
And so as Aura Tracker grows, the concept is, because it's expensive API calls with Twitter, like, dude, it's $5K a month for the Twitter API to get impression calls. So it's like that's a big barrier to entry. But the idea is once we start indexing more and more data, like in 6 months from now, we'll have all the major projects and we'll help traders go and see, hey, what project has the most mind share? Like what is taking over? And it will be another tool in the toolbox for traders to be like, what's being talked about most? Like, where do I need to reallocate some of my fucking degen funds? And like any ecosystem, similar to how Kaito does it, but for Bitcoin, you know, what ordinal projects actually being talked about the most, not just what your feed's giving you. Because you're like, you like a few puppet posts, your whole feed's puppets. Like, but say there's another one cracking. So the mind share, like I call it insight, will come later once we get more and more projects. And that's the long term, is a big data aggregation of all the projects and how many people are actually talking about them. And then you can start tying in price feeds and pulling and stuff like that. But for now, it's very early beta access for projects like Botanics, like you said, like any projects that want to gamify and activate their community. And if they plan on doing an airdrop, like if they have other things, just adding an aura multiplier, like for what it's done for Agent Hustle, super dope. They have their leaderboard, like how many referrals you have, how many this, and then they just do some math and multiply the aura amount. And now they have a new way to allocate tokens in an effective way that they're seeing like more people talk about Agent Hustle.
Yeah, man, it's absolutely awesome too. I love the Hustle leaderboard. I was climbing it for a while, so that was really cool until some really big accounts got in there and pushed me down. Yeah, I love it, dude. I love the Aurora tracker. I think it's such an amazing idea too, because like you're right, the other ones seem too big. Like when I go to Kato and stuff, look at my yaps. I don't know. I get turned off. There's just like too much going on. I love how you guys. It's just so simple, and it's really good to the, like, you know, for the user experience as well. A lot of these other ones, the user experience isn't there, especially with like Cookie DAO. When there's, I just don't enjoy the experience. Yeah.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. That's like the main goal, is like, you know, wanting to use something that I would want to use, you know, it's like, because I go there too and it overflows stuff. But yeah, I'm really excited about it, like, and how it can all feed back into Alchemist, because, you know, when we start doing some of these collaborations with other projects, you know, projects that generate revenue are the ones that do the best. People are always like, where's the shares? Like, no, like if we can sustain, we can continue doing crazier and crazier shit, but then at the same time taking some of the rev share and distributing it, you know? It's like that's Hyperliquid. Like they obviously, their rev like is extremely high. Crazy example. But like having platforms that can generate, like, that are B2B, like, and it's not just fees to the consumer. Like we can make some collaborations with other projects. Like it really activates and pushes what we can do for Alchemist and like any other projects we're associated, like anything we do. So So yeah, it's I'm really excited to see how it shapes up.
100%,
Yeah.
man. I'm sorry.
Go ahead.
I just want to jump back to this real quick. So I completed 2 quests already. And this one it's maybe what's going on with this one? Burn badges to claim Aurora. So what I got to do here?
Click it.
Okay, coming soon. I know I clicked it already. I was hoping you could explain.
He
what's
just
coming
wanted to see
soon.
that. He wanted.
Did I freeze up?
I froze up.
I did too. I think we're good though now.
Maybe solar storm, dude.
Oh, dude, my shit got twisted too.
Solar storm, man.
All right, what's going on with this one, buddy?
We can't see. I can't see anything. Can
Yeah,
you?
Really?
Yeah, black or dark.
Yeah, just add it back. There you go. Can you see that?
No.
Huh.
Hold on.
9.
I can see the Elmo. So he's showing the fire, the Elmo and the fire basically is what it's showing. And
Got
it
it now?
says coming soon.
What's wrong with my shit? No, it's just
Yeah, I think
Still no?
I think their screens are black.
Gotcha.
solar storms, dude.
It's black on. I'm looking at Twitter too.
Oh wow, that's
Yeah, that's
weird.
so
Because
weird.
I can see it from mine. That's weird.
Well,
All right, so it's the Elmo. He's like this, and it's saying coming soon. What can we expect to see next?
fucking burn it all to the ground.
What does that mean?
So what part of that map was that though? That was the third land, right?
Yeah.
It was the third land, and it was like a yellow color, and the other 2 were green. So that means that basically he has to wait for that part of the I guess the whole gamified system to be completed, or
Yeah, so that's just like the representations. The islands are like still can't
Yeah.
see it, but
No.
it's all good. I can explain the Elmo. He's going like this, and there's like a bunch of fire.
Mhm.
I'm just trolling, but yeah. So no, I mean we always drop the alpha here. The boys always get us on. So the burning stage is through these quests. People have been earning badges all the way from the first mint when we did the gamified mist mint. We awarded badges, and then through the whole process, we've been doing random things like people if they find pages or like I don't know. There's been a whole bunch of things that we've been. Oh yeah, here we go. Yeah, so these are fun little fucking islands that Hath says it funny. He's like, people in Web3 love islands, man. They're like, I want to live there.
Dude, it's not like they're islands, but they like see these little NFT fucking pieces of land, and they're like, I'm gonna just like make my house right over there. I'm gonna live there. You know, like what?
I think it's fun.
That's video game mindset right
If you
there. I
click
love
cards, if you click cards, you'll see the card view of it.
it.
Like
Cool.
you'll see
Oh,
them a
that's
little
cool.
bit. Yeah. So yeah, that's the little lava land, dude. That's where we burn it all to the ground. No, but that's where before the Alkamon mint, users will go and see you earned a badge for filling out the adoption form, and we're gonna see if you qualify to take one of these creatures. You probably don't, but if you do, those badges that you've accumulated along the way, you'll burn for an aura multiplier. And aura is very, very important to the mint. It multiplies your IV chances and rarity upon mint. And IV are the initial stats that your Alkamon gets upon mint, which means I'm going to pass this to Hath now because I've been cooking hard in this realm over here, Aura Tracker, doing stuff on this. And Hath has been completely in the trenches getting some crazy Bitcoin smart contract stuff. And, I just want to pass it to him because, yeah, he's been fucking cooking.
Dudes, we put Pokemon on Bitcoin. Like fully.
So
100%.
when you say that, are you saying the Pokemon game? Are you saying cards? Like what exactly do you mean?
You're going to adopt Alkamon.
Okay.
And we have 45 different starter characters, and each starter character can evolve twice.
So
and you train them, And if you train them against the right types, I mean, it's literally the same battle formulas, the same evolutions, the same growth rates. And yeah, dude, like Pokemon is like you're training Pokemon on Bitcoin on L1. And I mean, how deep should I get into this?
We're like, dude, there's so much cooking, and like we appreciate, like in the Discord, it's the worst place in the world because it's like the Yelp for Web3. Everyone just complains and shit. Everyone's like, dude, you guys need to say more about everything. And we like to kind of ship rather than talk. But like, just because we've seen it the other way around for so long in Web3, and we've seen so many people kind of like, I don't know, kind of promise a dream and then take everyone's money and then just kind of deliver something half baked or not even baked or just actually just not even deliver. So we're hesitant about that, but like I think we're pretty confident to start sharing. Like this shit's all working on OilNet. When he says we brought Pokemon on chain, like think about the game loop of like you walk around the grass, right? You're training your characters. You train your characters by doing like NPC battles, which are like a bit higher, but you're feeding them dust and mist to, you know,
get stronger.
To heal or to train new moves. And so you do this and you train, and then we have these certain like points, gyms, just like when you get to a new town in Pokemon, you go to a gym and you know challenge the battle's actually challenging, but the rewards are high. So we have vaults set up that if you succeed one of these gyms, you get a shit ton of dust. Like we allocate, like, so high risk, high reward, which everyone loves in Bitcoin, but it comes down to your strategy of how you play the Pokemon game. There's level up one character that has a 2x attack against someone else. And that's the game loop that is fucking insanely lit because it doesn't need high throughput. Every block, once it clears, the whole fucking battle happens. There's animations and everything, but it's all on-chain RNG, same way that Pokemon is, but it takes the stats and everything from both parties. So you can do this whole on-chain battling, leveling up, but then you can also do P2P, like PvP even. You could battle someone. You guys could battle and bet pink slips against your Alkamon. You could say, dude, whoever wins, like, takes all. And you could
is there a what's the word I'm looking for? Like a mediator to hold the assets.
Third party.
Smart contract.
Oh yeah, the smart contract. Okay. So you put up what asset you want to bet, and the smart contract accepts that. Wow. So like, dude, I know that I'm getting more bullish on Alkanes because Hath is building there.
Yeah.
This shit's fucking lit. So the way that the
oh shit.
Sorry.
Oh, you lost.
Sorry, my bad. Yeah, you said the way that the something and then
the way that the Alkamon work is you train them, right? And when you're training them, you get to choose the type that you want to train against. And every single Alkamon, we have I think 17 different types. I'm sharing my screen right now and just giving you guys the sauce. I may as well.
Nice.
This right here is the Alkadex, and this shows you all 145 species of Alkamon.
So cool.
Yeah.
Yeah. This is like, so we have a lot of a lot more stuff coming out, but let's leave a little bit of that. Yep.
a little bit of that for the surprise, right?
Yeah.
We
so
have so much.
We have a lot of good stuff coming.
Check this out. The Alkadex page, baby. Oh,
hold on, can I go back? I kind of respected Bunzy's wishes, but this is too good to miss.
Dang, bro's gonna go against his wishes. I think we're giving a little too much. We want to save some for the grand finale.
Okay. Sorry.
But so there is insane amount, and like you said, we're not used to this type of kind of functionality on Bitcoin. We're just not. Like, is Magic Eden gonna hold our transactions in a database and we're gonna pretend this is a decentralized exchange? No, it's like all of this is happening through 17 smart contracts. Like, and what's crazy is what's beautiful about it as well is all of this stuff is DeFi related, but because it's a game, it allows us to help experiment and kind of bring all of this to fruition. But then after this, like the craziest sauce, guys, is when you feed these things, those tokens get provided for LP. So when these Alkamon, they earn yield.
Shit.
These Alkamon earn you yield as you level them up because these tokens go into them. And when you feed them, they provide LP. So that in itself is, if you can follow that far, like you're like, oh shit, because now these assets that you're holding and everyone that's participating, the longer you hold them, the more yield you can accrue.
What a genius way to
yeah. So the
well,
game
what a
has never
genius
been
way
better.
to make your tokens liquid, though.
And then
I mean, that was
when you
top
send
notch.
the Alkamon, the Alkamon, it's like a piggy bank. So
Mhm.
you're gonna be training, and you'll be giving him, you'll be giving him, you train with Dust, you heal with Mist, you switch moves with Diesel, and then there's another token that I'm incorporating right now. Should we just drop it? Okay. So we were gonna do BUSD, but we're switching it for FRBTC. So now you'll be able to heal rare move or
wrapped Bitcoin.
yeah. So now what it's going to be doing is, so when you're feeding and training and rare candies and moves and shit, you're sending tokens into these Alkamon. And so now these Alkamon, each contract is like a piggy bank, and they have custody of those tokens. So then we built routes for them to then take those tokens and put them into the LP. But then it also gives us the ability to then bring these tokens together to battle, like P2P, and you can wager these assets.
Yeah.
So literally then,
So what's so dope is when you're leveling your shit up, you're not sending money to us, or you're not sending it to you're putting it inside of your Pokemon or your Alkamon. And that is like you providing LP, like if you would go on wherever and provide a pair.
You
it
earn
all
yield.
goes in, and that Pokemon, all the dust that you've given it, all the mist you've given it, is inside of that Pokemon. And that Alkamon is now earning yield over and over after every swap. And that's like,
It'll be easily to see in the dashboard too, right?
oh yeah. Like that's the key feature. Because like, let's not get it twisted. Everyone's here to make money, but the game loop is always fun. And when you could bet and wager, it like Satoshi dice this shit, and like you can just be like, yo, fucking, I'm gonna roll the dice and I want to make a bunch of money. You could go and battle a gym and try to unlock a shit ton of dust, but all the while you're going to be earning yield on everyone else swapping and doing shit within the pool because they're, wanting to get more dust to do this. So the flywheel really gets going crazy because the buy pressure increases, you're providing yield, and then we also have built a marketplace for these things. So when you sell these things will have
yield generation.
Yeah, and then say you have a high level one that's producing a bunch of yield, you could put that up for sale. You could say, yo, like this shit has fucking like X.
Now you're talking about like monopoly principles.
Yeah,
because you're buying like assets that are generating passive income for you. Okay, so really quick, all this sounds amazing, and we've been wanting to hear this kind of stuff from someone that represents alkanes, and it's probably dumb on our part because we could, you guys are really cool with us, so we could have probably asked y'all a while ago. But Hath, I know you guys give it straight. So how close are users to be able to actually do this kind of stuff, like be operating in it and stuff with the smart contracts, with the indexing, with alkanes, oil, all that stuff? What's the time? I think a fair timeline for that.
It's live. It's on mainnet. It's all live.
So right now, like if you guys push your protocol live, we could do all that stuff.
Yeah, 100%. I'm doing it right now.
Is there any other projects that have like DeFi functionalities that are like interesting or anything? Because like we're just not hearing a ton of it, and I get it. Like I know China is a big part of that market, but I feel like what you guys are about to bring, I think could really change Alkane's perspective, like from outside. But is there anything right now with Alkane's that offers anything close to what you're talking about?
I mean, the oil
So you-
AMM's live, like that's a big deal. Like people have been asking for a layer 1 swap, you know. And there's a lot of like you have Sparks and a lot of these L2, like Radfi is really dope, their approach. But like there is an oil AMM, but no one's doing the gamified kind of
actual DeFi stuff that
I can think of. I'm sure there might be some, I don't know, but yeah, man, we're getting really close. I think like within the next week or two, like everything's the reason we're open to sharing this much is like we're testing it. It's pretty much fucking there. It's now just like tightening everything up because like you have to make sure everything's ironclad with smart contracts. You know, there's no like, you know, it's not smart to,
exploit.
Like, yeah, so it's like we're taking a little bit extra time to ensure that and testing it, eating our own dog food, like going through it 100 times more and just taking characters from 0 to max level and doing all of the things to ensure, because yes, it's a game, but dude, when this flywheel starts spinning, like it's going to be really interesting to see how the dust and the mist token and like people providing
settles.
Yeah, how the dust settles. Because like it's nuts, bro. Like we're gonna have Bitcoin, like wrap Bitcoin, FRBTC. Like we're gonna have the most liquid pools. I just
What does that stand for, real quick? What is FR
Frost?
in the BTC?
Frost.
Yeah.
What is it?
Frost. It's a type of signature. It's like, what does it stand? Frost is like, it's like roast and frost are these types of signature types for Bitcoin that allow more like functionality. But FRBTC, maybe, I don't know. I'm speaking for the team where the name was inspired from, but there's a Frost signature that's that a lot of people are using for some of this more advanced like PSBT stuff.
It's for flexible, round, optimized Schnorr thresholds.
Schnorr.
Schnorr is a
Schnorr.
sick word.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, he did too much alpha, bailed him.
So, but I feel like you two always push the envelope over there. I mean, the way that you did the Mist stuff is like, but is there needs to be more developers in Alkane's? Because I feel like you guys are the ones that are building these crazy, awesome the way the mechanics work and stuff.
Yeah, it's crazy. It's like, yeah, there's a good amount of developers, but every ecosystem can use more.
Yeah.
But no, I mean, Oil was a early supporter of Laser Eyes. They, sponsored and everyone's like, dude, are you guys like getting paid by Oil? Like, dude, you guys are putting that shit up. It's like, no, we just work with people that are doing really interesting stuff. And, and there's a lot of other great developers working on Alkane's. There's no doubt. Because what Flex has created and the rest of the team has continued to like completely add such crazy cool stuff it's a really novel kind of ingenious implementation. And developers that kind of see that will build there. But we're hoping that there's a million different ways to pull people's direction, like attention in different directions. And like Alkane's had a big attention spike, but I think hopefully this will bring a lot of more people back to kind of trading and seeing what's possible. Because like I said before, the game loop it seems like a fun game. You're like, oh, I remember Pokemon, the nostalgia hits. You're like, dude, this is sick. But once people see the yield start coming in and they understand that stables are there, Bitcoin is like wrap Bitcoin, you can swap it. And with all of this, we're proving it. And then the DeFi tooling just rolls out after, because like what Hath has done on some of these functionalities is fucking nuts. Like it's actually insane. Like how much is going into some of these, and it's like, oh, this is like funny because like they're gonna battle each other. But no, this is like lending protocols. This is all types of crazy things that can get unlocked from these types of smart contracts. Just because they're wrapped around a game makes them fun. But what comes with all of this is crazy. Like there's a lot of tooling and a lot of proof of concept that we'll take from this that we can put into like financial tooling, like real. And I'm not saying that this game is not, but it's a amazing stepping stone, because once people go through the end of the game loop, they'll have provided LP, they'll have staked their tokens, they'll have done multiple very sophisticated DeFi, whatever it's called, like actions, and all wrapped in a fun game. Like, and we're hoping we can teach people that providing LP can actually,
and that's the thing too, is you can answer the question that's always asked: where does the yield come from? It comes from the trading fees. Too. So.
Yeah, that's
man. So are we about to see this entire collection area be all Alkamon? Is that what's about to come? So
no, we're building our own. We have our own marketplace. So
oh, wow. So I'm gonna be able to go to your marketplace, buy an Alkamon, because obviously you said I'm not qualified to adopt one, so I gotta go and then buy one off somebody so I can play this game.
Yeah. No. So because we have so many, like, there's so many interesting stats that other marketplaces won't pick up, like how much fucking tokens are inside of them, what their stats are. We're gonna build our own, and we've built other marketplaces in the past. So like it's we just pulled some of that code, and now we built it in such a way, like Aura Tracker too, where, let's just put it this way, Alkamon's not going to be the only collection, and Alkamon holders will have benefits to this marketplace where other collections will come and such, just like any other marketplace, because there's no reason just to build it just for Alkamon. Like, so yeah, we've taken a step back and been like, hey, let's build this out dynamic from the beginning, and not just something that is singular, that can also help other projects, because there's a lot of other collections that need a marketplace. So yeah, like we've learned a lot over the last few years of just kind of like messing around, fucking around, and finding out. And I really feel like this project has a lot going. There's a lot of code behind it. There's a lot of fucking software that is about to get wrapped up in a fun game that we hope to unleash the nostalgia and kind of open up the possibilities of people using wrapped Bitcoin and earning Bitcoin on Bitcoin for real. Like
you'll be able to pay for all this stuff using just straight Bitcoin. And then before it even gets to the Alkamon smart contract, it does an auto wrap. So you don't have to wrap anything. You'll be literally taking your Bitcoin, which will then be wrapping it into FRBTC, which then gets used in the subsequent transactions. And then all of a sudden, your Alkamon is custody to Bitcoin, wrap Bitcoin, but Bitcoin 1-to-1. You can, you would be able to exchange that for Bitcoin. And then we can go and we build a gambling contract where everyone that's above a level 50 Alkamon can join this round, and it's one block long. You put up, $100 of FRBTC because it's an Alkane, because it's in the contract, and then all of a sudden, top 3 winners in that
gets it off.
Yeah.
Win Bitcoin.
Yeah.
All in one.
Talk about Satoshi dice on steroids. It's like, dude, all these things just go to battle in that block, and top 3, and then, dude, imagine, because we can pass Aura like into some of these things as well. Like, that's a more abstract thing, but like the flywheel that we have with social, with DeFi, with gamification. I mean, staking's already live. Like, the proof is there. Like, you can go stake and earn token. Like, that's a massive unlock that's already been checked. There's been some really big boxes that have been checked, but these next ones are fucking. I'm really excited. Like,
we're in the end game.
Yeah, it really is.
So my only questions are: how can I be qualified to adopt, and when will I be able to adopt? I'm excited, guys. I'm excited.
Yeah. So this week is a Wednesday. Like, next week should be mass information rollout, and we're kind of like, dude, we released Aura Tracker like 8 p.m. last night. Like, we don't really care. We just shipped it, and like we were like, oh, it's late. Everyone's like, don't really like soft launch, dude. It had 1,000 generations, like 1,000 images got generated. That's fucking nuts. Like, that's actually crazy. It was just like, Pat's like, dude, I'm going to sleep. It's 2. Just ship it. I was like, no. He's like, oh, I shipped it. And then I just like, all right, sick. And he's just like, all right, give me the photo. I'm gonna post it. Good night. And I was just like, and then like, you know, so
we're very much.
How do you go to sleep after that? Like, I'd be up all night checking stats.
We're very much building the plane while it's in midair.
Yeah. So I say that to say, like, we won't give an exact date, but like, we'll give people enough buffer. But like, we're gonna ship this shit because like we don't have anyone to answer to. We have no fucking VCs being like, oh wait, give us a more token. Like, we can just be like, fucking ship.
I love your VC voice, by the way. It's great.
Yeah, dude, Patagonia it up, just fucking like, I'm ready. But so that is a benefit, and you know, we can ship whenever. No one to answer to except, you know, people in the fucking Discord complaining. But other than that, like it's gonna be really fun, and like we probably shared more, but I feel confident sharing all this stuff because like this shit is working on OilNet and on mainnet, and it's about to get fun. And the main thing is like ordinals and Bitcoin should be fun. Like, that's the whole essence, and we really just want to bring that fun back while underneath it all, people are doing very sophisticated DeFi things, learning and starting to understand I can start to earn Bitcoin with my Bitcoin. That is the end game, no doubt, like financial systems on Bitcoin rails, but you get there by these types of experiments. And through this, people will be earning BTC through playing a game that they know and loved growing up. And they're going to be betting and wagering. We're going to have nights like Friday nights. We'll do these like battle royales, you know, where everyone can kind of just get together, fucking degen and talk shit in the chat and just fucking gamble. Like, that's what we want to do. We want fucking to roll the dice and we want to fucking win. But imagine you could level up an Alkamon and fucking know that you're going to dunk on him. Be like, Shizzy, dude, I have a water. You're fucked. Like, I won. And you just, that's what we really want. We all like to gamble and be like, oh, I'm super smart. No one knows what these shitcoins are going to do. Might as well fucking roll the dice with fun Alkamon and just battle and play Satoshi dice with these things. And like, I think it's going to get really fun. And I already know because I've been playing it and it's fucking lit. Like, it goes. Yeah. Like, so yeah.
Melt the mempool, dude.
Yeah, that's
because like the most that you can train an Alkamon in a block is 25 times. And I built like the mechanisms that allow you, if you have the right UTXO setup and the right number of tokens and all that stuff, you could train all your Alkamon. You could do 1,000 trainings in a block, but that's one wallet. So you're going to have people that are going to be doing 25, 50, 75 trains in a block. And if you have 1,000 people that are trying to do that, or even 100 people that are trying to do that, 100 people trying to put 100 transactions into
let's go
at the same time.
Dude, the miners should just like invest in you guys. The miners are dumb because they would make their money back tenfold if you guys had. Could you imagine if you guys had like 3 more people and like what you guys could build? I still, oh my god,
I don't know. Like,
we just hired a new person, Gemini.
Did you?
Yeah.
Yeah, Claude's. I might fire Claude, bro.
Claude's been on the team for a while.
Dude,
he's
Mr.
pretty good.
Codex, dude. This guy Codex is coming through now lately. Dude,
do you use multiple and then?
Oh yeah, bro.
So each one has their strength, basically.
Oh yeah, dude. I am like, Hath used to give me so much shit because I would try to spend more time learning these different tools. He's like, dude, if you just sat down and did it. I was like, oh, but dude, this tool does this, this, and this. And then, so I say that to say, like, I love experimenting with new shit. And now with AI, it's like, it actually makes it make sense. Because he was totally right before. Like, it was totally the longest shortcut ever. Like, trying to do this stuff. But now with AI, yeah, I'm doing similar tasks, same prompt, same code base with 3
Way
different
more-
LLMs.
Way more efficient.
Yeah. Because it's kind of hard to keep track of them all, but like when there's new advancements, they're quite significant right now. Like Codex, for example, OpenAPI just did their CLI update, which is very similar to Claude Code, which has been like the yeah.
Sweet.
Yeah, it's lit. Like
It's gonna hire someone else. Yeah.
it's way better at debugging and like logic, like than Claude Code. Claude Code is very good at writing. Like Sonnet is like a beast, and like Opus is good at like planning. But if you stack Codex on top of that for like really sophisticated logic and debugging, it's like, yeah, we're kind of getting into the weeds, but yeah. But yeah, man, what's super fun about all this is like Aura Tracker was just made to help us reward people and not and now it's turned into something that can work for other projects. Same with Alkamon, man. Like this marketplace is kind of derived from it. And that's what's cool about just building, like, and not like waiting to get a round of investment to proof of concept. Is just like you can build faster than ever now. And if you can get a proof of concept together with the market, like why do you need all these other things, bureaucracy and all these other things that drag it down? And we're just going to see more and more of this. Like we're just 2 guys that fucking love to build, but there's 2 guys, 1 guy, 3 guys. Like there's small teams everywhere where we're going to start seeing crazier shit happen. And like, I'm just stoked to be a part of this era, really. Like development is drastically changing, and at the rate of which it changes companies is going to blow minds. Like, and I'm just really happy that we started doing all this shit real early. And yeah, we got a 3rd team member now. But yeah, man, it's been a blast, and it's always fun chatting with you guys. We don't talk about it, so like whenever we come on the show, we probably say too much, but like we always get excited because a lot's been like kind of building up. And yeah, dudes.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
We're gonna put a compilation of like all your videos and then see the baby grow through because this has been awesome. We'd love to give you guys the stage one last time. Really appreciate your time. Really appreciate you giving our audience the alpha. I mean, you guys could pretty much go anywhere you guys want. You guys chose us. Thank you so much for that, and we'd love to give you stage one last time.
Well, you guys are the best. Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Yeah, man. No, we appreciate it. We respect real people doing real stuff. And ever since early days, man, when we were doing OmniSat, and you guys were just like, bro, that is amazing. And that type of encouragement and support means a lot to us, because like sometimes it is hard to keep building stuff, you know, without raising, without doing it, and just having people genuinely interested in what you're doing and being willing to be like, hey, I want to help like put that out there with you. Like, so dude, shout out to you guys from day one, just like believing and seeing like what we sometimes don't even see. And then, yeah, like everyone go do the quests. They're fun. And for projects out there that want to, you know, talk more about Aura Tracker, hit us up. Like we're more than happy to chat and figure out something to get, you know, your community activated and gamified in such a way that you could start rewarding people and generating fun images and taking over the timeline the same way. Dude, it hasn't even been 24 hours, dude. And there's so many fucking cards generated. It's so cool. And Agent Hustle, like, bro, oh my God. We have to talk about Migrate Fund too at some point. I've been building that. Oh my God.
So people, a lot of people don't even know your credentials, both of y'all's, you know, but the thing is that you guys don't boast about it, which is awesome because you guys are humble, but it's more about like the experience behind it. Right. So super excited for, you know, Alkamon, and also you guys really putting another spotlight back on Alkanes, because I mean, they should be thankful that they have you in the developer ecosystem.
It's time for them to invest, honestly.
Busy, bro. He's gonna be like, dude, I got 20 mil.
Too low. Go higher.
No, I love it. Dude, what would happen if someone just invested in you guys. 5 mil. Like, it's all love. And you guys keep crushing it. Honestly, like from early, like your guys's not what's the right word, banter, like alpha, or like really pulse on the market is getting sharp. Like I just don't say that. Like I was listening, like and been tuning in. Like you guys are checking the right KPIs, the right things that move the market. The information is fucking valuable. That's what I'm trying to say. Good shit.
Appreciate that.
Appreciate that, man. 100%. Well, thanks, guys. Thanks again. And seriously, hit me up whenever. I mean, you saw how easy it was to get you guys on today. So just let me know. Hey, I can get you on in the next like 24 to 48 hours, anytime you guys want. So just let us know.
My fucking man.
See you guys.
My wife.
Oh, hi.
Hey,
Is my wife.
thank you for bringing the baby. We need the
Yes.
baby every time.
There has to be a
They're gonna put together. They're gonna put together a time lapse because the baby.
That's amazing. I'm taking a screenshot. I'm doing that too.
The baby. That's so funny.
All right, boys. It's been
See
real.
you guys.
Thanks, boys.
Peace.
All right, take it easy.
You as well.
Bye-bye. Absolutely amazing, man. Let's fix ourselves. All
There
right,
we
we're
go.
good now. All right. Absolutely awesome. How amazing was that? Like my mind's blown.
Fun.
Dude, and I was somebody who like back in 2000 got the Pokemon game. Dude, spent like 200, 300 hours. Like coming from school, played before school, played at school, right? Like it was, and then these guys are building that for something I also love, like Bitcoin. I mean,
Yeah.
absolutely phenomenal.
I mean, I think Alkanes needs this, right? Like what
Yeah.
they're about to release, because if you can have an asset that's generating passive income, and it's not just a new fluff token or something that you're earning, you're actually earning this FRBTC, or you're earning like the main project token. I think that's always a benefit, and so we'll see how the Alkane community responds to this, because they've had the most interesting projects come out of there. It's been from those two guys, 1,000%.
100%. All right, we got a lot to get into and not much time. Let's get into the crypto fear and greed here. So last week we were at 42. Yesterday we're at 44. We're smack dab in the middle of that. You got to remember
43.
the number. Yep, we're at 43. Don't feel 43. Not at all. Oh wow. Oh, I'm probably up on my trade now, ain't I? Let's go. $50, baby. Yo, I'm probably in first place now on this trade, but absolutely awesome. And speaking of this trade, so the next segment here is the Bitcoin price action and crypto bubbles, brought to you guys by Artura.finance, the site that I use every single day to kind of win money because I'm that good at trading. I know, hey, long after a PPI number until 11 o'clock, and then we do know 11 to 1 they go to lunch. So what I'm going to do here, I'm going to hold this for another half hour, and then I'm going to sell it, and then I'm going to go long again because the traders are coming back to their desk, and it's been working for me. Well, today for instance, and you know what I'm going to do right now? I'm going to take my profit here. I'm not going to be stupid. I'm taking my $50.
There you
off
go.
the table. So I have a position here, and then I might actually go long here on this as well. But let's check my leaderboard now, and your boy is now number one officially.
Wow.
I am number one. Let's go. 22 trades, 22,000 guys. I am not doing this much value, honestly. Like what I'm doing is 25x on $100. Like, and that's $2,000.
You guys can't let Shizzy win this. Come on, man. Y'all got to start participating. I'm gonna obviously get into it. I've already taken a couple of trades, but I need to be a little more serious into this. But like, look, there's 5,000 USDC up for grabs for that first spot, and I think the second spot is second and third split the rest along with some of the ARA token as well. So take advantage of this. I mean, there's you don't get these competitions all the time.
And look at it too. Like all you need to do is have a $218 P&L, and you're in first place. I mean, this is just me playing around, right? What happens when I get serious?
He's getting cocky though. No, guys. This is usually whenever he starts to lose. So we'll see.
It is 100%. I'm gonna go long here and get friggin' smacked in the face. But let me just do it. Let me show you guys what it's like to go long. So I'm gonna go here. I'm gonna take my 251 that I've earned here. I'm going to jack that up to 25x. I'm going to increase my spending limit. I'm going to confirm it, and then my trade's going to pop up.
He's going full tilt.
All in, baby. And then it takes about like 10 seconds. Okay, I got it. Now I'm going to make sure my trade is good because I wasn't doing that yesterday and I was making mistakes. So I'm going to buy long. I'm going to confirm it. And in about 3 to 5 seconds, my trade's going to pop up, and that is the Botonics blockchain doing its work. Putting my trade back on chain here. I should probably stop using stop doing this because I am number one. I don't want to lose my my position there at one. But yeah, so I'm in another trade now. There's my position side. I'm on a Bitcoin right now, and we're starting to roll here. So yep, and guys, go check out Artura.finance today. I can talk about it, or I can show you guys. I choose to show you guys. Check out Artura.finance today.
Absolutely. Super excited for that competition and for their new assets that they're going to be adding very soon. So just stay tuned and make sure you're following their X account there. But before we get into the Bitcoin price action, guys, help us out on the YouTube side. Smash that like and sub to the channel. Turn your notifications on, all that good stuff, so you know when we go live. And on the X side, let's share the space, guys. You guys have already started to help us out today, but let's get as many people in here as possible. Same thing with Abstract and Twitch and Kick and Rumble as well. Don't forget Spotify. But let's take a look at some Bitcoin price action. Let me remove that and add my screen here. Hopefully you guys aren't seeing a black screen, but yeah. So let's take a look here at the hour chart for Bitcoin. So it does look like we're starting to lose some of the momentum strength on the buy pressure. You can see here it is starting to lighten up, but I'm not too worried about that, right? The hour time frame is,
we're good, by the way. Everyone's seeing. Okay,
perfect. But I'm seeing black on our screen here. That's weird. Are you seeing black on our screen? Like when you're looking? Okay. So yeah. So I'm seeing it, but as long as everybody else sees it, then we're good there. There we go. Okay, perfect. All right. All right. So I'm not too worried about this because of the 4-hour chart. And the hour chart, to me, like I always talk about, it's like this weird time frame, but it in my opinion, it's like the start of the larger time frames, right? But because it is the start, it sometimes you can kind of trade it on a more volatile, kind of shorter, kind of back and forth price action, right? But so sometimes, as long as the larger time frames look okay, I'm not too worried about going out of buy pressure and then back into sell pressure, as long as it isn't. That was hard for me to say. Too aggressive to the downside, right? So we have been up here for a while on the stochastic RSI. It does look like it wants to head back down. You can see that this is starting to weaken on the MACD. But what does the support and resistance tell us, right? I'm going back to 5 a.m. this morning, and at the 113.750, support looking good. Support looking good above that as well and below. Wow, we're just looking really good everywhere. I don't even think really it starts to balance out until we get to right below 13,000, right? So we're looking actually pretty good on the hour chart, right? Above, we're still dominating as well. So, I mean, this looks to me like this is just kind of like coming back down a little bit, right, from like these super aggressive like buy candles that you see on the hour chart. So I'm feeling pretty good where we are currently, honestly. And maybe this cycles and we don't fully get out of the buy pressure and we just pop back open and we stay up here for a while, because I mean, what I'm seeing here, the data is telling me that the buy bids are definitely dominating. So support is dominating against the resistance right now on the hour chart. And let's look at the 4-hour chart. The 4-hour chart gives us some confirmation on that. You can see right here the MACD looks really good. So honestly, I think this was, and I hate to say it, but Shizzy played probably, and I say that because he did play Ethereum, but Ethereum is following Bitcoin right now. But kind of he played that going to lunch play and then getting back to the desk here, I think, because it looks like that's what that was. It was just kind of some sell pressure from these trader groups that went to lunch and people sold off, and now possibly we see a reversal back already to the trend that was already started there. We'll see if it continues, but the 4-hour chart looks really good, and that's what makes me feel like that will continue. So we got about, let's see, it's 11. So we got about 3 more hours until the next candle. So we'll see how this plays out, but I don't see it completely reversing the momentum here on the MACD for the 4 hours. So let's take a look here at the daily. Daily looks okay. You know, we have this buy pressure that's been built up, you know, coming out of the sell pressure about 5 days ago, right? And so today could be, you know, a stronger daily candle, and also just representation on the MACD as well. So I like where Bitcoin is right now. Let's take a look at Ethereum. Ethereum on the hour chart. So Ethereum looks like a little bit more aggressive, to kind of like it's a little bit more aggressive coming out of the buy pressure. But if Bitcoin does reverse, I expect Ethereum to do so as well. Honestly, I don't see a you know, an aggressive opposite, you know, reaction or anything like that. It might just be telling it a little slower. So we'll see what happens with the hour chart. Right now we're still pretty safe, honestly, even though you know, we could see something kind of dip down on stochastic and then pop back up. Let's take a look at the support and resistance for Ethereum real quick, going back to 7 a.m. So let's kind of do what I did with Bitcoin. Yeah. Okay. So at the current level we're at right now, so it is a little bit more balanced, though, I would say, than what we saw with Bitcoin. Bitcoin was a lot heavier on the support side versus the resistance. We are a little bit more balanced, even though the edge is slightly to support, but below we definitely have strong support there, and below that as well. So it's just the area that we're at right now. So 43.80, that area is kind of more balanced, and it's starting to pick up more buy bids as well. So starting to lose that balance and more lean towards the support side as well. Above support looks good. Support looks good. And then we get to 4,400. This looks like where the first kind of resistance comes into play here. If we try to get back to 4,400, we probably need to get some large buy bids to push through this, because the volume isn't too high here. So, you know, we could continue on and push through this, depending on if we do get those larger buy bids. If we get back to approaching the 4,400, which I think happens, honestly, because below the support is there, and it's just right now it just flipped in this highest level of volume to the resistance barely. We'll see if that sticks, though. I'm not too confident that it will, because below we have support, and it's a decently volume area as well. Support's pretty strong below that. So even if we lose this price here at 43.80, we get down to the 43.75, 43.70, we have a good shot of, you know, holding this area and then popping back above, as long as those buy bids come back up there. So Ethereum looks pretty good. I do want to check. I haven't checked really on the larger time frames for Ethereum, though. So let's take a look here on the daily. So daily looks like the sell pressure is starting to close up there. This is definitely a good sign here. We do need probably a pretty good daily candle for today for us to get out of this MACD momentum on the sell side. So daily looks okay. Let's take a look at the monthly. Monthly still looks good. You know, we did start September with a red candle, but it looks like it's starting to kind of erase that a bit here. So it's kind of what I expect too. You know, the monthly chart looks really good in terms of the buy pressure for the MACD. Now the fast line could be pointing a little bit more vertical, and we'll see if we get that maybe for the middle of September when rate cuts come in and finish out the month. But yeah, I think Bitcoin and Ethereum both look pretty good. Even on the short time frame, I think that, you know, they look good for the upside. We'll see if that plays out that way. Let's take a look at the crypto bubbles really quick. Fartcoin back up 9%, which is always a good thing. Fartcoin being in the green is always good. Pump has been pumping lately. It's up 18.5%.
Only, bro. They're saying that could be the new Twitch. Isn't that crazy?
They're getting ahead of themselves. You know,
no, man.
Well, I mean, there isn't any huge streamers that are on there, and you know, and they're saying that
to pay them though.
Well, that's the thing, is will they do that? Will they do that? Because also you have to remember, you know, the streamers. It's not going to be hey, I'll pay you guys $2 million and they're just going to run over here. They also have really good contractual deals sometimes with Kick and stuff like that. So
it's like 30 million. Yeah, like these guys make.
Yeah, you know what I mean? So it's going to be harder than they're saying. I truly believe that. But nevertheless, you know, the volume has been good for Pump Fund, and they are buying their token back up. So they're following the Hyperliquid model, and that's worked, right? So they're up 18.5 or 19% here. Pith has jumped up pretty aggressively, up almost 12% there.
I'm so bullish on Pith. Like, I think it's going to be, I think some big's going to come in and buy it too. I think you're going to see like a big company say, yeah, we want this.
Yeah, I mean, Chainlink probably will get the treasuries first, but then why not, some other companies that say, okay, I want to roll the dice a little bit with Pith because they have been rolled into being one of the oracles that are gonna, have the U.S. government data on chain. So AVAX up about 11% here, Hyperliquid pulling up 4% there. What else do we have? SPX pulling up 6.7%, Dog with Hat up 3.3%, XRP pulling 1.5%, Stacks up 2.3%. Stacks, I think, was in the headlines for my X feed there. So I think something's going on with the supply. They took the cap off, I think, for Bitcoin, ST Bitcoin, or whatever their synthetic Bitcoin is. Tau is pulled up 2.3%, Pepe up 2.8%, Radium up 4.5%, Caspa up 3.8%, Chainlink up 2.7%, Cardano ADA up 3% there, Lido up 5.5%, and Sui up 4%. HBAR up 3.3%. Let's take a look at the top 200 really quickly here. And we got CBCN up 5.4%, MOG up 4.1%, SNEC, the largest meme coin on Cardano, up 4.2%, Brett up 5.3%, the base meme coin up. Dog go to the moon, back in the top 200 and up 5.7%. So that treasury company definitely helping out. I think people are getting bullish about their buys. They've been buying in large amounts there. What else do we have? Anything sticking out on the top 300? Merlin chain, Merle up 5.8%. And let's see.
I love seeing Merle there. It looks so good.
Definitely. And Useless up 3.4% with all their listings a couple weeks ago, probably helping push that. But yeah, that's going to be Bitcoin, Ethereum, and the crypto bubble. So you get an insight on what is happening with alts as well.
Yep. And let's kind of get into your comments right now. So on the show, every single day, we take the first comment of the show and we add it to this chart that we've been going all the way since January. It's crazy, dude. Absolutely insane. This is so cool to see everyone's name. But Lackey Luke, congratulations. Lackey Luke is now tied, bro, with Webdro. Webdro has 44 and Lackey Luke, they both have 44. I think Webdro's up here. Yeah, Webdro hasn't won since the 15th of August. And Lackey Luke has these periodic ones every couple of days. He's still winning. So it's a race now between Lackey Luke and Webdro. Danny Boy was up there. Danny Boy kind of fell off back in June. But it's a two-man race right now for that Bitcoin frog. So we'll see. Tim Baker, though, the way he's been winning, bro. I mean, there's still. I mean, think about it. If you win 20 times in 1 month, right? Like we got to do every day, but you're right there. He'll be at 38, at 28, and then but there's definitely still thing there. But let's jump into the comments here. Like I said, Lucky Luke was number one. Shout out to you, my friend. BTC Dog TK go to the moon. Bitcoin is Truth is here. I got you, man. Abstract is here. Kane99. Beta Temp says you guys are too bearish. I'm ready for you guys to start streaming. I'm gonna start doing
it
on Monday. I'm going to start screaming that I'm bullish again. You're not bullish enough. And that's all right. We're back to it. Spindrift is here. Shout out Spindrift. Satoshi Nakamoto, the great legendary one. Chips and Dip is here. Chief Axel, GMTK, will melt faces. It will. Sitting at 56,000 on market cap. Guys, you have such an opportunity. You have no idea what you're missing out on. Shout out to Webdro here. A Moon Yacht Club is here. Shout out to Moon Yacht Club. Joko is here. Dogs on Air. My guy, appreciate you, my friend. Rare Sats Dom is here. Biff Reynolds. Biff is here all the way from Back to the Future. Shout out to Biff. Then we have Chota is here. Remy U is here. Make Bitcoin fun again. Always, man. Meet Physical Art is here. Shout out to you, my friend. Myself is here. Glasshopper, Hydro Sapien, my guy. Appreciate you. And if you guys did win yesterday, meaning you guys, make sure you guys send me your address. And I'll send you over your TK today with the new winners as well. Hydro Sapien again. Mice Elf is here. Shout out to myself. Murr, every single day. Murr, really appreciate you. Mats is here. He says, let's have him go block beats. Oh, we should talk about beat blocks. Get an update on that. And then shout out my guy Cheaty, and I'm gonna add you. Let me add you right now so I don't forget and make sure that you are on this list. Yeah, he's a doctor. You know, Cheaty. I mean,
I did know.
Doctor, bro.
Yeah,
out there grinding, doctor lifestyle. So we're just kind of waiting for our guests. Are we still good with that?
Yeah, I think we dropped the link in there, right? Let's see. Yep.
All right, I think I did drop the link there. Just waiting for those guys to hop on. I do have tons of banners here. All right, so Project Crypto was unveiled by the SEC chairman this morning at 8 a.m. He envisions a unified platform akin to a financial super app where users could seamlessly trade, lend, trade crypto assets, as well as custody both security and non-security digital tokens, all under one regulatory license. Huge news with this Project Crypto, man. The SEC is basically giving the thumbs up to apps like Sats Terminal.
Yeah. License though, to me, what is that? What does that entail? Like, obviously some sort of application fees, all those kind of things. So I think they're trying to regulate in a friendly way, but also, I mean, this is like a process I think most people expected in like a friendly way, So I don't think people are going to complain about this, and it's clear, it's clarity. That's what everybody's been wanting.
100%. As long as they are, open and free about it and saying, hey, this is all you have to do, and gives everyone the same opportunity, I think it's going to be perfect. I think Project Crypto is going to be something that we look back and say, wow, that was really innovative by, SEC. And it's still crazy. When I think about the SEC, I still think of Gary Gunslinger and his stuff. So it is nice to see Paul Atkins kind of doing cool stuff. But let's jump into our next segment here. And we like to have our guys on from Sats Terminal. These guys are building a lot of amazing stuff. So what Sats Terminal is bringing to the table is multiple things, right? They want to be the aggregator of everything, right? They want to be the place you go to pretty much get anything. You want to take a loan out, you go to Sats Terminal. You want to buy a Rune or an Alkamon, you go to Sats Terminal. You want to even buy a Spark token in the future, you go to Sats Terminal. And that is going to be a one-stop shop, the super app for all Bitcoin needs there. And we are lucky enough to have the CEO join us again today, the amazing Stan. Stan, so last week's episode was phenomenal. You're gonna have a hard time topping that, buddy, but let's see if we can do it.
Let's do it. I'm always ready. I was born ready for this show. Supporter since I was 6 years old. I heard a little bit about Project Crypto. What you were saying about super app? Just curious. You were saying, like something super app.
So said this morning, Paul Atkins revealed that he basically envisions a unified platform where users could seamlessly trade, lend, stake crypto assets, as well as custody both security and non-security. So basically, he's saying he sees a world in the future, and he's going to put out the rules for this for any company to have TradFi assets and crypto assets, including Bitcoin and everything else, in one application with the same rules for everybody.
Wow. That's interesting. Yeah. That's ambitious. You should start with something. That's interesting.
How do you view that, though? Because he says basically one regulatory license, meaning that, to me, that last part is, okay, now projects that might be just native Web3 have to go through this application process and all these things if they want to do business in the U.S. jurisdiction. But do you look at this as good, clarity, or do you look at it as I don't know how I feel about this?
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about this. It sounds like something way too big, and yeah, I mean it's a very ambitious thing to say, that you would have everything together, like a super app with all of the assets, and if that's a SEC guy is saying, probably some regulation is also in place. I'm not sure.
I think the super app would be for entities to go. It wouldn't be for customers, every retail users to go and use. It'd be more for you guys to be kind of a part of, the businesses, because then they have the license and they're all kind of have the green check mark. They're good to go, kind of. So the app would be more for, I think, B2B.
Okay. So it's like SEC working directly with providers.
Yes,
exactly.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, yeah, I don't. I would say I'm skeptical, because I don't think that government bodies know how to build good apps. That's it.
Well, that's true. They know how to destroy them.
Yeah. I mean, well, let's see. I mean, if there would be, the narrative is the right one. They want to make sure it's easier to do business, it's easier to run business. There is some set of rules in place. There is some basis for you want to do crypto business. It's that easy. This is the set. I think that's great. That helps to start a business. Don't get into some uncertainty, some scrutiny, especially compared to what was happening like before with the previous administration, right? It was a little bit risky to do crypto business, especially there was a lot of cases with SEC and the people that were launching tokens. Like a lot of people that were launching even ICOs in 2017, 18, they got a lawsuit or at least case ongoing in SEC. So I think that's the move into the right direction.
Yeah, and he said, you know, securities and non-securities. I'm curious of your speculation on the future of our industry and TradFi. Do you see TradFi shrinking and becoming more like the digital asset industry, or do you see the digital asset industry becoming more like TradFi? Obviously, all of them going to be getting towards digital assets, but who do you think? I guess like, how do you envision the Web3 crypto space in the next 5 years? Do we become a more serious space, or are we just going to be like how we always have been?
5 years is hard to say. I think that so the current administration obviously has big support from people that are pro-crypto. And I think that moved the needle as well in the election, because everyone who owns Bitcoin, who's pro-crypto, and they were voting for this administration. So I think this administration would definitely support pro-crypto people. Plus, look what's happening, like world finance and all the numbers. Like just 3 days ago, Eric Trump became a billionaire. So I think there is a lot of motive to keep the game going. What will happen after? I don't know, but I think we would come to whatever happens next, we would come in a much better, stronger shape. We would have a lot of framework in the place, and it's not like if you push some framework into work, it wouldn't be that easy to cancel that. You might change certain rules, but if there would be, I don't know, act about crypto, like Genius Act, Project Crypto, or all of these things, you cannot just put a stop on that. That doesn't make sense, and it's not how it works, right? So I think we will be well prepared for whatever happens in the future. And I don't know, overall sentiment is not changing. It's very, very positive. Companies are adding Bitcoin to their balance sheets. People are opening ETFs. Treasury companies are happening. How it will end, we will see. But there are definitely more participants, more players in the space. Like we were discussing last time, Bitcoin lending. That's why also we're, for example, looking into Bitcoin lending. Incredible appetite for that. People want to keep Bitcoin. People want to get cash. People want to unlock new investment strategies. They have like, someone has 1, someone has 100 Bitcoin. They can get a lot of money for that. Even with 50% LTV, that's 50 Bitcoin in cash. You invested in different strategies, and I think that's amazing. Bitcoin is one of the best financial instruments right now for TradFi players, very ultra high net worth individuals, right?
Mm-hmm. And like, you brought up the Bitcoin lending, and I think staking is going to be a big deal. You see the appetite, and I don't think a lot of it's necessarily coming from these traditional maxis. I think it's coming from like new participants or institutional stuff, because you see how crazy they are with the Ethereum staking, and they're like waiting in line. So in their mind, it's like, and builders like yourselves, you're like, okay, if they're crazy about earning ETH off of their ETH, they're going to be even more crazy about earning Bitcoin off of their Bitcoin. And I think that's where like that business and idea comes from. Is that how you see it, or do you think it's traditional maxis that want to earn off of their Bitcoin?
I think it's a combination of both. I think it's not like static. So I think there are some maxis that are looking into how space is maturing, and they're like, okay, I'll give it a try. And maybe they put 1% of what they have in Bitcoin. Maybe someone can put a little bit more. But there will always be interest, because people in Bitcoin and crypto space, they tend to save money. They tend to get like more resources to buy more Bitcoin, or just buy a bigger bag of other assets. And if you play this long term and you can get yield, absolutely you would do it. Then if you think about it, you can get a safe non-custodial loan to make money from the stables that you get through, I don't know, delta neutral strategies. You have very little risk exposure. You can use best platforms, and you make yield. And I think if you have many platforms like that, right? So you can also distribute your capital across like 10 protocols. 10 protocols will never go down in one day. If something happens with one protocol, you have 10% exposure. But I think if you utilize like all of the tools that you have right now, then you can minimize that exposure. So I think even for more conservative investors, what's happening right now with Bitcoin yield and in Bitcoin lending space, that's quite an interesting topic to explore. And of course, everyone who's degen, who is like senior executive working in a crypto company, someone who just bought Bitcoin back in the days and have a stash, like they can explore that.
Yeah, 100%. And like this has been a strategy for the rich for a long time. And you guys are giving the opportunity to the everyday guy, right? The rich, that they borrow against their houses, they borrow against their stocks, they borrow against pretty much everything they can. So they don't have to show taxes because they have no income, right? If you borrow against it, you don't have no income. If all your money from that year is spent from borrowing against your asset, I mean, you're in a really good shape to potentially pay zero in taxes. I mean, one day you'll have to when you make a taxable sale. But that could come later when Bitcoin is huge numbers, and you guys are actually opening that door up to a lot of regular people, and basically saying, hey, these tools are available. Let us make sure that you guys are finding the best rates and the best prices.
Yeah, and in terms of loans, for example, you were asking about different categories of users and whether there would be more like, I don't know, institutional Bitcoin maxis. I know for certain that there is a big interest in retail and just per se, small users that won't be getting loans more than 10 to 100,000. I think there's a big appetite in that segment as well. Because if you look into also fundraising landscape and landscape of lending products, there are a lot of products that are tailoring their offer exactly to BTC and offering features like get stables or get cash instantly to a credit card connected to our lending protocol.
Yeah.
And that's exactly what also we are trying to do. Because as an aggregator, you always give the best price, and you want to get that retail consumer coming to your front end, testing the product, seeing that it works perfectly, offering him additional solutions. But also when it goes to providing infrastructure to bigger partners like wallets and apps that we are working with, you can show them a perfect B2C front end experience and then say, hey, you can check it out, you can see how beautifully it works, and then we can put it into your wallet, into your app.
Do you think that there's going to be kind of a more traditional term type loan as well? I'm saying this because you guys both got me thinking just now. The rich will borrow against their real estate, and then they purchase more real estate with cash and that they get, and because they try to get in like high value areas like Manhattan or something, because they think in the next 2 years it'll just jump up. Bitcoin is the best in appreciation, I think, right now in the game in terms of that, right? So, but the term for what they typically get when they're taking out a loan against their homes or their real estate that they have is typically like a couple years, right? Isn't it? So I know that in the digital asset space, that's not really common practice right now. Do you think we ever get there? Does it make sense for the business model to ever get to that point?
I was not thinking about that from that perspective.
Yeah,
I was
weird,
like,
right?
we were comparing, and we were thinking about the loans product. We were comparing it to gold loans market, and like there, for example, I think the whole market is like 140 billion or something. So we were looking into that. We were trying to compare what's happening with Bitcoin right now versus gold. Gold is an established collateral. People use it for a very long time to get money. And I think it's happening right now with Bitcoin. So I'm looking from that angle. And more traditional loans, probably, I guess. I mean, if you think about it, there, even in Hong Kong, we met about like 10 protocols that are doing something with Bitcoin lending, and all of them have different optics.
Yeah.
So I bet people will be exploring like all types of loans.
Yeah. And I know that there is an option to kind of have an open term, but you can get liquidated maybe a little bit easier. Like Coinbase has some, right?
So what Ethereum does, so you could this is Ethereum people who've taken loans out against their ETH, especially back in like 2020, 2021, people were doing that. There's some people who you don't have any interest or anything on some of these loans. So what it is they give you an amount. You borrow a certain amount against your ETH, and they give you an amount. So it doesn't matter. You don't ever have to pay a payment on it, right? If you ever want your ETH out, you have to pay that full amount back. So there's lending and stuff like that. Especially, I think there's one on Aave where it's like, let's just say you took $1,000 out, you got to pay 1,100 back. And basically you can hold on.
So that basically upfront like cost is there. Okay, I got you.
Yep. Yeah. So that's how they make their money with that. And there's some people who've never paid back their loan. They just said, one day I'm gonna want my ETH out of there, and then they figure out how to come up with the money.
That's crazy.
So, but yeah, man. Stan, so we were talking in the last couple of days, and you said something that kind of blew my mind because I wasn't expecting to come from you guys. But you guys are going to start aggregating something new in the future. I was wondering if you can kind of jump into that a little bit.
Yeah, absolutely. So we are, as an aggregator, we are determined to add all of new L1 meta protocols that are launching on Bitcoin. We're also looking into L2 Bitcoin tokens, and you know that about, I think 2.5-3 months ago we added Alkanes. We started with runes. Right now we see that there's a lot of attention and interest happening in Spark community, and we're very close with the team. I think it's one of the best teams right now building in Bitcoin. Very, very talented people. We know Ethan quite well. He's building in Bitcoin probably since he was like 14 or 13 or something. I heard that story. And yeah, you want to side with interesting builders and support their protocols. And I know that at least 3 teams are working on different versions of swaps, like as DEX or AMMs. I know that some teams are working on launch pads, and I think all of that trading activity would need to have a reliable infrastructure, and our set stream algorithm is working for runes. It will be working the same way for Alkanes. It's already working. It's actually already working for Alkanes. It will be working the same way for Spark. So for us, it's like a very logical next step.
100% too. And like Spark is different than most projects, right? Because of the people that are backing it. You have David Marcus, who used to work for Facebook and PayPal, and then he created Clean Spark. And then you have his son Ethan Marcus, who is really heads down building these projects, especially for FlashNet. So this isn't just any team. You got to remember too, the teams that came from Facebook are Sui and Aptos. So for them to be building Spark, I think it has to open up a lot of people's eyes to this, and it has opened up Luminex. It has opened up Magic Eden. It has opened up you guys to kind of come up here, and they don't really have much going on yet. They do have this marketplace on SparkSet, but you're buying these things as you would buy BRC20s and stuff like that. So the DEXs and stuff are coming, and you're saying that Sats Terminal is going to be aggregating this through the DEXs that other people are building.
Yeah, and I saw you were showing the marketplace. I also saw it. Of course, I forgot to mention this is exactly what we did with runes. This is exactly the experience that we had initially with BRC20s. We didn't add BRC20s because we were a little bit later, and then the peak season for BRC20s. But for Spark, for us, it's great. We have an existing integration. It's like no-brainer. It's a great move for us. I think Sats Terminal is an established brand. Spark is working with the same partners as we do. They're working with Xverse, they're working with Magic Eden, they're working with a couple of other people. So yeah, we need to provide that trading infrastructure. And I feel that there would be a decent activity happening in Spark Network because of all of the stuff that you just said, like support from a lot of known people, great brands, incredible distribution channels, which is you can't underestimate that, right? And you have a talented team that can build a good tech.
Gotcha. So would it make sense for you guys to wait till the AMMs are live and well, or even in that current state of the way that the market works?
Well, let me actually pull up. I had a very little report here from our lead developer who's working right now on the integration. So we already started working on the proof of concept some time ago. We already have a swap with Spark tokens integrated. We're just fine-tuning the product, getting some final integration, final tweaks, because it would also require some input from the Spark guys, some work from our side. So you know how it usually works in the B2B integrations. It's a back and forth game. And what is important is that if we ask, if we have a request, we ask any question, they're coming back to us the same day. So it allows us to move fast. And I think with this daily iterations, we would get very quickly to working product. And leading, we want to establish ourselves as leading Bitcoin DEX aggregator. I think with Runes, that's already happening. I think 3 or 4 Runes transactions are going through us. Either through front end or infrastructure. So let's win also Spark.
Yeah, I mean, I think, if Spark does kind of get that support to kind of be as impactful as like Sui, I think this would be such a big opportunity for you guys and Spark, because in my opinion, every token standard ecosystem needs a strong aggregator, and you guys have been able to be that for the Bitcoin ecosystem. So okay, like with you guys, you bring on Spark, then we got Runes, Alkanes, and Spark. At that point, would it just be kind of, you guys are still going to continually add new fungible tokens as long as the demand's there, or would you kind of stop at the 3? What's your perspective on that?
No, we'll be adding. Why stop? I think like the only thing you need to put into consideration here is whether there is appetite for that asset. Because we've seen in the past that there were some assets that did not really hold the fort. They were just maybe active for 7 days and then completely died out. And that type of activity we're trying to avoid, because we are losing a lot of time. You spend time on integration. That's real people time and money that you can spend building something else. But otherwise, if we are bullish on the team, if we are bullish on the project, and we see future, then we are definitely discussing it and adding very quickly. You know how we added, like I was discussing that a month or 2 ago about how we were adding Unisat. We got their docs, and in 18 hours we had them already running on the front end. So we are very much focused, every day monitoring the market, and Spark is definitely something that's coming to SATS terminal very, very soon.
Yeah, man, 100%. It's really awesome to kind of see you guys grow too, right? Like we were talking, about last week about it was your 1 year, and then you guys are now potentially going to be one of the biggest aggregators, not just in lending, not just on Spark, not just on Bitcoin Layer 1, but potentially bigger than that. Do you guys ever see a point where you guys maybe start going across chain, doing other stuff, maybe Sui, Solana, or do you guys feel like mastering and being number 1 in the Bitcoin ecosystem is enough for you guys?
I think Bitcoin is. I mean, I don't see a way how. Like, then you're losing your competitive edge. Then it doesn't go well with our mission and what we are trying to achieve overall. Like, our grander vision is around Bitcoin. We want to build stuff on Bitcoin, and I think as it grows more popular amongst institutions, investors, just retail users, there's so many possibilities right now for the Bitcoin as well. And you want to be there. You want to help all of those users. Let's say I buy Bitcoin and I hold it like usually how the journey would look like. You buy Bitcoin, you hold it, then you explore altcoins, then you go into speculation. After burning your hands in the speculation, you understand, okay, there are other ways to make money, more safe ways, whether that's yield. Usually you go for staking, first of all, because it's easy. It's very easy concept. You understand staking. Okay, then maybe I explore DeFi. You start exploring DeFi or additional options. You start exploring options with loans. You start exploring more sophisticated platforms and strategies to make money. And it's very hard to get started with that as well. And I think with us, you go to Satsuma, just connect your wallet, you have a little bit of BTC, you can buy any Bitcoin token right away. Then with loans, same. You have Bitcoin, you just deposit that Bitcoin as a collateral, you get your stables to your account instantly, no friction, very easy. You don't need to go and buy CBBTC or WBTC. And also, if you think about a little bit the demographic, let's say from 30 to 60, 30 to 60 would be Googling stuff. And if you Google like how I bridge Bitcoin to WBTC, you would likely find a lot of very scammy or weird websites, not the best platforms. And that's true. And then you try it for CBBTC to BTC, probably you would have the same. And it's complicated. You jump from another platform to another, and you also need to have multiple wallets to do that. Not always. Sometimes you can have like one wallet with all of the cryptos, but also that's a lot of friction, right? Yeah. So I think simplifying access to Bitcoin and making Bitcoin an active asset, efficient active asset, that's what we need to do. And that's what we are doing. And I'm sorry, guys, I'm a little bit sick. I got sick after the weekend. I think that might be some the Hong Kong cold coming in the end of the week to me.
Leftovers. Yeah. Absolutely. All right. Well, I'll real quick, I want to talk a little bit about like some of our audience is trying to figure out ways to be able to make more money. That's why people come over to crypto. You guys put up the token standards pretty quickly. You guys put up Alkanes. People saw opportunities. They were able to take advantage of that, make money off of that. Now Sparks is about to be, around the corner. Is there any like, I guess like maybe like strategies to look at like early tokens or anything like that from your team's perspective, to try to get in early for some of these tokens? Because right now we saw the way that they're trading, and I would say that it's at an early stage still. So what is your perspective on that?
About Spark tokens particularly, or in general?
Well, in general, like, ways to maybe look at like early opportunities, and then, obviously they can swap quickly on Sats Terminal once you guys offer support. But
yeah, no, I think what you do, you just study. There are like a lot of examples of people that went into crypto and started studying, and then they started going down to the rabbit hole. You start from the basics, you go through this first step, buying Bitcoin and then altcoins, and etc., etc., etc. And you just need to keep studying. If you made like a little bit of money by just buying Bitcoin at 111,000 and selling at 105,000, it's great. You made $4,000. It's amazing. But there are also other opportunities. You can make much more money. You can just own that Bitcoin, don't sell it, get stables, use those stables in delta neutral strategies with low risk, make your 10-12% APY, pay for your loan 6-7%, and keep the rest as margin in your pocket. And that's like, one of the safest ways. But there are also a lot more extreme ways to make money. Like if you're speculating, you can always go to Hyperliquid, put 50x leverage, and pretty much just gamble if price goes up or down. So I think just study, just keep educating yourself about the possibilities. And since we're building loans aggregator, study Bitcoin loans. Go to website usehedge.com or go to satsterminal.com. Today we will update the header. You would have a button borrow, and you can go and borrow already.
Yeah, no, for sure. I think that's really smart approach and strategy there. I'm speaking a little bit more about like in the meta protocol world that we live in right now with Bitcoin. So, typically the memes will go, pretty aggressively.
Yeah.
With Spark, Shizzy and I were looking at that, and some of these early tokens seem to have like utility. They're like utility projects. What do you think? Like when it's a new meta protocol for Bitcoin, do memes always win out no matter what first, or what do you think about that?
Well, it depends what the foundation will be doing. I think if you have like a bigger narrative for utility tokens and you already have an existing or ecosystem work in progress, yeah, and that might fly, like that might fly altogether. But I think it's a very tough task to do. You need to make sure that all of the components of the ecosystem are working great and there is actually sense in those utility tokens. Because if you launch 10 utility tokens and all of the utility they have is that they're I don't know, they're doing buyback and they're getting revenue from the protocol fees or app fees or something, and then you distribute it to the stakers, then that might not be enough, even though it's a great incentive and people might farm it and make money on the tokens, but that might be not enough. It depends. Like we'll see. I'm very bullish, and what I see right now, especially in the last 2 weeks, there are a lot of small accounts appearing on X with like 500, 1,200 subs that are doing something on Spark. I saw already first, I think I saw account first 10K inscription on Spark. I saw accounts like first this, first that on Spark. So we'll see. I think it would be amazing to see that both legacy memes appear on Spark and they go incredibly well and they launch to the market. Maybe even some runes will go to Spark. We'll see.
That would be interesting, seriously, because they have an opportunity, I feel like. And then when you and I, Shizzy, were looking at the tokens over there, sometimes the ecosystem does have more of utility type tokens that launch. And with runes, it was heavy memes. BRC20s, pretty much heavy memes, but Spark might be a little different, especially if they're going to be infrastructure to something like meme runes or whatever. So I'm going to keep digging deeper in that, and then can't wait till Sats Terminal offers that support so I can start swapping for them. Because I will say I do not like doing the block buying, but that's a good feature of Sats Terminal. You don't have to buy it like the old BRC20 style when you use that platform.
Yeah, 100%. And with runes, though, if you can bridge Bitcoin there, you're basically just taking your Bitcoin, putting it on the Lightning Network. You can take Bitcoin, which is basically these runes are in the UTXO with the Bitcoin, and put them over there. All you have to do is run an indexer on that side, and you can track
to recognize them.
Yeah, you can recognize the runes as easily as you do Bitcoin. You just have to run an indexer on the Lightning Network. So I do feel like runes could have a place to go in the future. A home, and then to where you guys are aggregating runes from both places, right? To the point where potentially you guys can, if you do multiple trades for somebody in the back end, potentially I'm going to be able to trade on the Bitcoin side, and you guys do the transaction on the Sats server or on the Spark side. Obviously, it's a long way from that, but I see a future where that's possible.
Yeah,
definitely.
So. All right, Stan, it's been absolutely amazing, man. I know you're sick. I appreciate you and your time, but would love to give you stage one last time. If anything left to say to the audience.
See you next week. I think I'll join. I'm trying to join all of the podcasts in September because I have a little bit of time and I'm just working. I will be traveling a little bit more in October, so you'll see my face more. And I hope we'll have more conversations about the tokens that are happening, what's happening in Bitcoin, and I think very soon we'll be able to also start teasing our loans product.
Let's go. Love it.
Excited for that.
Thank you. Appreciate it, Stan. We'll talk to you soon.
Thank you, guys. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, man. Absolutely awesome to have Stan on each and every week, man. It's really awesome when you have CEOs of probably one of the biggest dApps in the Bitcoin ecosystem come on the show on a weekly basis, for sure. We do have some wheel spins to do real quick. Let's knock these out, if you don't mind.
Yeah, let's do it.
All right, let's give the first one away here. So all you got to do to enter this is put a TK in the chat, and you guys have done that all day today. So we're going to give – I'm glad Chief Axel won because yesterday he almost won. And so that was cool to kind of see him getting his respect today. Shout out to Chief Axel. I'm going to create a banner real quick, make sure that I lock you in. All right, remove, give it a few shuffles here, and then we'll spin again.
Good luck. Good luck.
Dogs on air. Congratulations, man. This guy won twice last week. So, guys, all you got to do is just show up every day, and you have a really good chance of winning. And that is kind of what's happening with you guys. And one more shuffle, and then we'll give it another go. For our final winner, each winner wins 100,000 TK, and we got Abstract crying. Congratulations to you, my friend, as well. So 3 winners every single day. Congratulations to you guys, and really appreciate you guys coming in and playing the wheel spin. But that's our show for you guys today. We got 478 people in here, 355 on X, 100 on YouTube, 100 on Twitch, and 20 on Trench Kitty. Appreciate every single one of you guys, man.
Absolutely, guys. Without you guys, we couldn't do this. We're so appreciative of each and every one of y'all. But also without our partners, we couldn't do it. So if you could check them out, we would greatly appreciate that. SAS Terminal is the DEX aggregator swap for the entire Bitcoin ecosystem. And they will soon have their borrowing and lending product out to you guys as well. But you want to swap for runes and alkanes on satsterminal.com because you're going to earn Amber points. Every transaction earns points. Season 1 just closed up there, but you should be able to still earn points when you connect your wallet for the first time. And that is an exciting thing because they are going to go towards a give back for early adopters of the platform. So make sure that you head over to satsterminal.com to trade runes and alkanes, and make sure you follow them at Sats Terminal on X, and message them if you want to be a part of their beta test group because they are still open to adding new people. And then Emblem Vault is the interoperability layer of the Bitcoin ecosystem. If you're looking to jump your ordinals or Bitcoin NFTs like counterparty NFTs over to Ethereum, you got to use Emblem Vault. Emblem Vault is, they actually make it able to be able to get your counterparty NFTs over there to be able to take a loan out against them. And right now, Gandhi, which is the borrowing and lending platform for NFTs on Ethereum, is allowing for Taproot Wizard collection to be able to do that with. So make sure you're taking advantage of that. Also, they are going to be opening this up to new chains as well, abstract based, all the layer 2s over there, and Solana is also on the roadmap as well. So make sure that you guys are up to date with that. On the Solana side, they have the best AI product there called AI Agent Hustle, which can guide you through the trenches of Solana. You can ask questions like, hey, Hustle, bring me back a 2 to 5x safe play in the Solana ecosystem. He'll bring you back a couple options and give you reasons why he thinks that these are good options for that. Also, he will do conditional trades on your behalf. You can run to the grocery store. You can tell him, hey, make sure to pick up some fart coin when it pulls back 20% and sell it once I'm up 100%, and he'll take care of that for you while you are running your errands at the gym or at the grocery store, whatever you need to take care of. Also, there is another product within the Hustle ecosystem called Migrate.Fund. So if you do have a token on Solana and you launched on a launch pad and that liquidity is stuck, then they can help you get that liquidity out and start over, or get like a fresh start on a new launch pad like Bonk or Pump Fund or wherever you want to go to. Or you can manage your own LP as well, as you earn the most rewards that way. Also, they have a token for their ecosystem called called the Hustle token, and they announced it today on their X account, by the way. So this is the main token for all of their entities, and they're doing buybacks with their revenue as well from all these. So really, really bullish on that. So head over to emblem.vision today to check that out. And then Artura.finance is the perps and leverage DEX of the Bitcoin ecosystem. If you are looking to trade for synthetic versions of the Bitcoin fungible tokens, you're going to be able to do so at Artura.finance. They're going to have Doggo to the Moon, Ordi, Sats, and other runes as well. And maybe some of these Spark tokens if they get popular enough, right? And then also they have derivatives for TradFi stocks, right? So Coinbase and MicroStrategy can be added with time. So it should be right around the corner. They kind of let us know that that is coming up there. But there is a trading competition right now, 10,000 USDC, 5,000 USDC goes to first place. Shizzy's in that first place right now, so you got to knock them out. And then also it will be split between the next couple of winners below that. And there is the ARA token that's going to be a part of that prize as well. You can check the leaderboard there. on at Artura.finance to see where you currently are and who you're going up against, right? So super exciting stuff. Also, you can earn points for the Botanic system ecosystem, as they are going to be tracking transactions that are done on their Bitcoin layer 2 there. So make sure you're taking advantage of that and head over to Artura.finance today to learn more. And then Tokyo Wallet is the multi-chain smart wallet that supports Bitcoin, Cardano, and Sui. You can swap for tokens on Bitcoin as they partnered with Sats Terminal. You can swap with tokens on Cardano as they partnered with Dex Hunter there. And then they also partnered with a Dex aggregator on Sui as well. So they support all three ecosystems. And so you can download this on the Apple App Store if you have an iPhone, or you can download it at the Google Play Store if you have an Android there. And then also there is a alpha section, which is the YouTube section. There you can find our channel and other YouTubers there as well. Head over to Tokyo.io today to learn more. And then Merlin Chain is uniting Bitcoin's strength through the power of AI with their Wizard 2.0 that can guide you through Merlin's ecosystem and also allow you to do cross-chain swaps. All you need is the Merlin Bitcoin, and you can swap for tokens in Solana, BNB, and other chains as well. And then if you want to be a part of the proof of stake security, kind of the way that their model works there's 3 options. You can stake Bitcoin to earn more Bitcoin. On average, 16% APR there. It is locked up till September 30th. Just know that. And then there's 2 options for the Merlin Chain token. There's the flexible, which is the day-to-day, and you earn 15% APR there. You can claim your rewards every single day and compound interest that. And then there is a bonded option, which is a 6-month option. You earn 45% APR there. Again, you can claim your rewards every single day and compound interest that. Big things coming from this team. Go over to merlinchain.io to learn more. And then Ordinal Hive is the Ordinal aggregator marketplace, the fastest marketplace in the entire industry, in terms of the Ordinal industry. And if you sell an Ordinal, the buyer gets it right away, and they are working on getting that Bitcoin to you right away as well. They just had their mint for their collection not too long ago, and make sure you're following them on X so you can get the latest updates for the Hive token as well. Head over to ordinalhive.io to learn more there. And we thank you guys so much for checking out our partners.
Yep. Great job, man. As always, you guys have a few more minutes and wouldn't mind checking out onchainrevolution.io. It's one of the best articles dating all the way back to 2023. If you know someone just entering a space, please send them our website. We really feel like help them get started and code up to where we are today. Huge article just dropped this morning. How to use AI to trade crypto from new cycles to on-chain agents, guys. It's something we want to get into today, but we'll definitely get into it tomorrow. Jam-packed show today, man. Absolutely awesome. But if you guys need a VPN, highly recommend Nord. There is free ones out there. And if you want to get a free one, that is up to you. But I think Nord is number one. It is my personal favorite. I use it each and every day. It's $3 a month. Lock it in for 2 years. Set it, forget it, be done with it. And that is the power of Nord, guys. Check everything out here at onchainrevolution.io. And also, if you guys need merch for events that are coming up or just want to lounge around at home, we have some of the best merch, hoodies, jackets, school bags, and much more. Check everything out again at onchainrevolution.io. And guys, remember, we are live Monday through Friday, 11 a.m. Eastern, 10 a.m. Central, 8 a.m. Pacific, and 3 p.m. UTC. Check us out all week, guys. And until tomorrow,
peace.
On-chain revolution, roll call, market recap. You're not bullish enough, no. You're not bullish enough, no. Look at the price go, Bitcoin control. Why you still coping? Price action rolling. Don't fall for bear trap. Swapping indexes and putting it up in the sex. I can take profit right now. On-chain is where I be now. You can never look back. They don't want you to know. How did the market react? Fear and greed, gotta adapt. Now we bridging the tokens and marching the network right now. You know how crazy we are. Nookies are savages now. They know how crazy we are. Chain abstraction, main attraction. On-chain revolution.